You just say the whole thing.
Oh, well, I'm going to say hi. I'm Michelle Dorrance.
Hi, I'm Nicholas Young.
We are the co-creators of
ETM Double Down.
Nicholas and I first met when we were teenagers at the St. Louis Tap Festival in the United States. At these festivals, especially at this stage in the game in the 90s, there were very few young people studying with the masters, the current living masters of our form, who most of which have passed away. Buster Brown,
Diane Walker,
Prince Spencer, Maceo Anderson,
Henry Latang,
Charlie Atkins, Pegleg Bates. Needless to say, these masters had an incredible influence on our embodiment of the history of the form and the importance of the cultural and social history of tap dance inside of the United States.
One of the very first pieces that we started working on is the piece that we'll be presenting tonight. It was an immediate process for us. It was very organic. We knew that we wanted to play with different sound textures.
Yeah, and I feel like the two textures in this particular work, actually we don't really want to give it away, but yeah, so let's not talk about that. But what I can say is that Nicholas and myself, we found ourselves together again in the show Stomp. So we have a sensibility that we understand that extends through, from these tap masters that we were introduced as young teenagers to, through a language that we also know in Stomp. So I feel like Nicholas and I both have a heart that's rooted in a lot of the same rhythmic sensibility. So creating this particular piece was really fun for us because of the textures and the counterpoint and the different feels that we like moving through, as well as wanting to provide some improvisational moments, exploration, and complete unpredictability inside of that structure. Nicholas and my interest in collaborating is not just out of friendship and kinship and love and tap dancing and the moon and the stars, which it is also about. It is truly because we're both explorers, we love experimenting, we are passionate about improvisational dance and passionate about pushing this form forward while still preserving and embodying the great history of it.
And that's something that our mentors that we mentioned earlier, that we studied with and got to meet in St. Louis, always encouraged us to do, encouraged the youth to do, was to continue to look forward and push forward, always while honoring the past.
Yeah, I think that's why we dance with the dancers that we dance with as well. They're all really, truly brilliant and unique improvisational dancers, as well as folks who are locked into what we really believe tap dance is in its power culturally.
Hi, my name is Kenneth Tyndall. I'm a freelance choreographer and I've been commissioned by Northern Ballet to create my first full-length ballet, Casanova. I was a principal dancer with Northern Ballet for I think 7 years, and I danced with them in total 14 years. I also danced for K Ballet and Israel Ballet. It's really hard after being in the business as long as I have to say what it is I love about it. It's the fact that I can't be without it, I think, is the best way to describe how much love there is for it still after this many years. I wake up every morning excited for a new challenge. I would describe my style of dance as very physical. It's inherently based in the classical tradition, but it uses a wide variety of sources. I use whatever I need to tell the story best. I've seen a lot of dance in my time, tried many styles, and I think what ends up happening is that you take all forms and all ways and then you distill it through your voice and your process, and then that's how it comes out as your language. Combine that with a narrative and then trying to tell a story, I think it can really touch you. I think it can get you really, 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 really deep. What I'd like the audience to take away from Casanova is that they learn much more about the man himself. The name is synonymous with serial seducer, womanizer, but there's so much, much, much more to the man. He was a trainee priest, a violinist, he spoke 7 languages, he translated the Iliad. And I think that we would hope to convey the energy with which he lived his life, and also to just watch it against the gorgeous backdrop of 18th century Venice and Europe.
The Iron Skulls from Barcelona. I remember I was invited out to Barcelona as part of a competition for Festival Hop, where I was invited over as one of the judges. And I saw this piece which had won the year before. And when I saw it, I was very, very excited and had to bring it over here for a breaking convention. What's amazing about Iron Skulls is that they have trained to a high level with breaking, but they've also done some contemporary dance, which gives them a few more tools when it comes to making the work. They're bringing something new to the table. It's definitely an Iron Skulls style of movement. It's very rich, and they really embody all of the gestures that they use. One of the reasons why I programmed Synesthesia was because it did stand a little bit outside our current understanding of what hip-hop dance theatre is. I'd like to think that it breaks the convention of what hip-hop dance theatre is, actually. They definitely offer something new, and they're very proud of what they've brought to the table. I think when the audience see Synesthesia by Iron Skulls, they're going to be in awe of their amazing technical moves, but they will also have a few shivers up their spine. This particular piece is a dystopian vision of the future where animal becomes man and man becomes animal, and the hybrids of these creatures is what they're exploring with the movement. It's quite chilling at times, but very, very exciting, and there's moments where there's interaction with the audience, so be careful.